What's up, inflatable enthusiast here, and I have a super awesome review for you guys. This is the Gemmy 2023 13-foot tall Colossal zombie hand. So this was sold at Walmart in 2023 for, I believe, $149, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Don't exactly remember, but obviously I didn't use this last year and I didn't get it for the classic display, but when I saw this leaked, I thought it was awesome. It was such a simple design, but it's nothing Gemmy has ever made before. And the size of it, being 13 feet tall, amazed me as well. So I was super excited when this thing came out. I had multiple opportunities to get it, but chose not to because I just needed money for the display. But I got this after the season, obviously. I think I paid about $90 for this, which is a great price. Again, this thing is so cool, so unique. It's kind of creepy, but it's also a little cartoony at the same time. It reminds me a little bit of Thing from the Addams Family, even though Thing is like a human hand, just a crawling hand in general. It also reminded me of this animatronic I used to have. It was a Spirit Halloween crawling monster hand. I'll pull up a picture of it on screen right now. This was originally sold, I believe, back in 2013, and I got it around that time. I didn't buy it at Spirit Halloween, though. I bought it at that apple orchard place that I always talk about that had, like, my light sync pumpkin and stuff like that, and I made a video there a few years back. So it reminded me of that, which I love when Gemmy basically brings their animatronics into inflatable form. I think that's awesome, especially like smaller tabletop animatronics, and they bring them into big outdoor versions of them in inflatables. I can't think of any examples right now, but they have done that a lot in the past. I love when Gemmy does that, especially if it's one that I personally owned. So yeah, I was super excited when I got this thing, or when I saw it, and I think it's such a great design. So we'll just get right into it. As you can see, it was online only at Walmart, and I believe like maybe one or two other sites. It has just the plain white box, the Halloween Airable inflatable logo, Colossal zombie hand, 13 feet tall, and then a cutout image of the inflatable right there. Sides, absolutely nothing. Then the back just says what it contains, and pretty much nothing else. So I have it out in the yard over here already staked down. It is blowing around quite a bit. This thing is like a giant parachute, basically. That's the only unfortunate thing about this. I am definitely going to use Colossal stakes when I put this in my yard because it's going to need a lot of stability. It's barely windy out today, but this thing is going everywhere. So once it's inflated, though, it's much sturdier. So I'm going to zip it up, and then we'll plug it in. Alrighty, so this thing takes forever to inflate. It has a YEF 80, which is a good fan, but for something of this size, it's just not enough. This thing needs a 200 or a 125 at least. But I've had it inflating now for a couple minutes. I didn't want to show the full inflation because it would be like 5 minutes long. But yeah. So this is not the first time I'm attempting to review this. I actually tried to review this a few months back when I first got it. And like I said earlier, this thing is like a giant parachute. The wind just gets underneath it and takes it up. I had this in my driveway, and I kid you not, the wind took up from underneath. This thing was still inflated. It unplugged it from the outlet, and it went flying from the front of my house all the way down this hill and into the woods. It's a miracle it didn't rip, but it just goes to show that this thing is going to need to be secured. Because see, again, the wind was not doing anything when I was doing the video earlier, but now it's gonna kick up as soon as this thing's up. So I'll try to get this review done as soon as possible. I have this thing staked down, not tethered down, but I have it staked on the fingers, and it's still doing this. So yeah, I'm really worried for this thing, just like I was for my 20.5-foot snowman family, because if those of you who don't know, that one actually completely tore in half 2 years ago. I was able to get a replacement from at home without having to spend any money, but still, I sold that one because that thing is a huge wind target, and it's just a hazard. So anyways, here it is. This thing is freaking awesome. It's so cool. It's absolutely massive. it looks super good too. Like, if you look, especially at this angle, they did a really good job with making this look like a hand. The way the fingers are arched and the way that the thumb is separated from the rest of them, it just looks really good. They definitely did a great job with this. Obviously, I think a few collectors have said this. If this was made back in 2010, 11, 12, it probably would have been a little bit creepier than it is. You can see it's pretty cartoony. I mean, it's just lime green, and it's got red fingernails and a purple sleeve-looking thing at the top. I think this thing would be awesome with a bloody paint job. That would be so cool around the top. That would be awesome. Similar to the animatronic I showed earlier on screen, how it had the bloody paint on the top towards, like, you know, where the hand gets cut off. I think that would be awesome on this. If I can figure out how to do something like that, I will definitely try to do it over this summer for the display, because I think that would make this, you know, a 10 out of 10. And if it, you know, was more of like a grayish color or more of like a skin color, I guess you could say, again, like the animatronic, it would be creepier, because like I said, lime green, it's not, you know, it's kind of a cartoony zombie color. It's not like a real, like, rotting skin color, which I think would be awesome. But Gemmy doesn't do that anymore. They don't get very gory or creepy much more these days. But still, nonetheless, it's so cool. 13 feet tall. It's definitely huge. I love the cut-off fabric at the top, the purple fabric. And just the shape of it. It looks awesome. So, yeah, the red fingernails do look a little strange. I wish, actually, I wouldn't change them. I think they're fine, but it does look a little strange. It does kind of look like they're painted. Maybe this is a woman zombie's hand. I don't know. But, yeah, so you got the 5 fingers. Each finger has a tether loop except for this one, because that's where the base fan is. The base fan is in, like, the pinky finger, and then, you know, the thumb and everything all the way over here. So it inflates extremely well, but it's still hard to stay standing because of just the shape of it and the way it's built. Even the fingers inflate great. But yeah, I have to keep holding it up because of the wind. It doesn't have Colossal fabric, but it's stronger than normal inflatable fabric. It's a little bit thicker gauge than the normal fabric, so it is more sturdy, which is good. I do wish it had Colossal fabric, but, you know, the fabric it's made out of is still pretty strong. It's stronger than usual. So, besides the tether loops on the fingers, you got one here, one there, a big zipper on the back, another one here, and then another one on the front over there. So you got 4 tethers all around the actual hand, and then plus the 4 on the fingers and the base fan. And there actually is a tether at the very top. You might have seen it before I started inflating it. For some reason, they stuck a tether on the top of the purple fabric, just directly in the center. I don't know what that could be used for. Maybe Gemmy figured people might want to hang this from something or tether it up to a tree. I have no idea what Gemmy was intending for that. So that beats me. If you know why Gemmy might have decided that, made that design choice, let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to know, you know, why they might have given you that option. But I would not trust this thing in a million years to be hung from a tree or hung from anything with just that one tether at the top. Obviously, you could use these extra ones as well, but I don't know why they put one at the very top. I can't show you right now. Like I said, it was probably earlier in the video before I inflated it. Obviously, it being 13 feet tall, I can't show you, but yeah. So, anyways, other than that, the design itself is pretty simplistic. Like I said, with those customizations I might try to do, I think it could really look cool. I just need to get some type of paint or, you know, marker or something that will show up really good and won't chip off, to make the blood and stuff like that. I might have some running down from the fingers or something, or coming, you know, running from the fingernails. I don't know. I might not do it at all, too. I'm just saying this. This is just an idea. But I might not get around to it. It depends on how busy I am over the summer and stuff like that. So, because I have a lot of other custom inflatables I want to do. So, But I will keep that in mind. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. I might do the paint job if I can get around to it sometime over the summer before the season, because I think that would take up this design so much more. And I think it would be awesome. So, yeah. But anyways, that's it for this review. I'm the Inflatable Enthusiast, and I'll see you guys next time.